For the 15th day of Politimas, we will be talking about some of the most disputed presidential elections in American history. Number 1, 1824. In the 1824 election, Andrew Jackson won the popular vote. He had 151,271 votes, while John Quincy Adams got 113,122 votes. Andrew Jackson got 99 electoral votes, John Quincy Adams got 84 electoral votes, William Crawford got 41 electoral votes, and Henry Clay got 37 electoral votes. No candidate had a majority, so the election went to the House of Representatives. At the time, Henry Clay was a Speaker of the House. He made a corrupt bargain with John Quincy Adams, a term that was used by Andrew Jackson. John Quincy Adams told Clay that if he won the election, he would make him Secretary of State. Andrew Clay really badly wanted to be president, for whatever reason, and out of the 5 presidents in American history at the time, 3 of them had been the Secretary of State. They were Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and James Monroe. John Quincy Adams also served as Secretary of State. Because of this, Henry Clay rallied supporters behind John Quincy Adams and he won. Adams then made Henry Clay his Secretary of State, and Clay never became the President of the United States. Number 2. 1860. The 1860 election basically tore the nation apart. Tensions were high throughout the entire nation about slavery. The Republican Party nominated Abraham Lincoln, and his name didn't appear on the ballot in most southern states. Democrats went with Stephen Douglas, and there was a defection in this election. John Breckinridge and Southern Democrats created their own Southern Democrat Party, and John Bell was on the Constitutional Union Party ticket. This caused a major division that ultimately led to Abraham Lincoln dominating in the North, which got him the election. He got 180 electoral votes, Breckinridge got 72 votes, Bell got 39 electoral votes, and Douglas got 12 electoral votes. This is considered a disputed election because it caused South Carolina to secede just weeks after Lincoln was declared the winner. Number 3. 1876. In 1876, Governor Samuel Tilden won the popular vote by almost 200,000 votes. Tilden didn't have the majority in the electoral vote, though. He was 1 electoral vote short, and Florida, Louisiana, and South Carolina were still too close to call. What happened next is really weird, so be prepared. Congress established a 15-member commission of senators, congressmen, and Supreme Court justices. There were 7 Republicans, 7 Democrats, and 1 independent. This commission would decide the election since South Carolina, Louisiana, and Florida were still way too close. The commission concluded that the swing vote turned in Hayes' favor, and he was awarded all 20 electoral votes. That gave the electoral victory over Samuel Tilden 185 to 184. This enraged Democrats, and they threatened to filibuster the vote. Republicans and Democrats then reached a deal in the Wormley Hotel. This deal was that Democrats would accept Hayes' victory if Hayes removed all federal troops from the South. This is very controversial, and it basically ended Reconstruction and led to more racism in the South. Number 4. 2000. The 2000 election seemed like it would never end. This brutal battle between Al Gore and George Bush only came down to one state. That was the state of Florida. The race was so close, and there were a ton of lawsuits and recounts that began immediately. It was brutal, and people accused Florida Governor Jeb Bush and Florida Secretary of State Katherine Harris of trying to make it easier for Bush to win, since they worked exclusively with Bush to win the election. I mean, Jeb Bush is the brother of George Bush. Al Gore wanted a recount in Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, and Volusia County, but the Supreme Court thought that that was unconstitutional, and they thought that every vote should be treated equally. So they shut down the recount, and they declared that George Bush was the winner of Florida. Obviously, this pissed off a ton of Al Gore supporters, but he eventually resigned, and as we all know, George Bush became the president. Number 5, 2020. We all know why the 2020 election is disputed. It just happened, but I don't really want to talk about it though because of the YouTube guidelines, and I hope you guys understand that, but we all know what happened. Joe Biden won the election. Trump got a team of lawyers to dispute the election. Joe Biden still ended up winning with all of Trump legal's challenges failing, and then we all know what happened. Yeah. That we all know what happened. So there we go. Those are 5 of the most disputed elections in American history. What do you guys think? Should I have included more? Let me know down in the comments below. And remember that every day throughout the month of December until Christmas, I will be uploading a brand new YouTube video. So stay tuned for tomorrow because there will be a new one out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.